There are places on this earth that the maps have forgotten. Then there are places that were never meant to be on them at all. This is the story of one such place. It began, as many modern mysteries do, not in a dusty archive, but on a screen. A single user, scrolling across a satellite view of a desolate stretch of land, found an anomaly. It was a perfect geometric shape, a dark square cut into the earth. It had no roads leading to it. No address marked its location. In the vast, uncaring database of the world, this small plot of land simply did not exist. It was a digital ghost. The initial image was stark and unsettling. It showed a square structure, open to the sky, like a foundation with no building to support it. A weathered wire fence enclosed the perimeter. The land around it was oddly barren, cleared of the natural scrub that dominated the landscape for miles in every direction. It looked deliberate. It looked prepared. The user pulled up archival satellite data. 5 years ago, the square was there. 10 years ago, the same. A silent, unchanging monument to nothing. It sat there, a blank spot in the official record, a question etched into the dirt. The image was posted to an obscure online forum dedicated to cartographic oddities. It was a small community, but a tenacious one. They called it the Hollow Square. The name stuck. The first real clue emerged when someone enhanced the contrast on a nighttime satellite pass. Under specific atmospheric conditions, a faint luminescence appeared. It was not a single light, it was a pattern. A fragile cross of pale light seemed to emanate from within the fence line. It was there on one pass from 2019 and gone on the next. It defied logical explanation. It was not city glow, it was not a vehicle. This discovery changed the nature of the search. It was no longer a simple mapping error. It was something active. The light suggested a power source. A power source suggests a purpose. But the place had no official owner, no registered utility connections, and no building permits on file with any local or state authority. Government clerks, contacted by amateur sleuths, responded with polite confusion. Their records showed nothing. The land was designated as unused, unowned, and unremarkable. The Hollow Square was a phantom, and a phantom was now showing signs of life. The search expanded. It turned from geography to archaeology, a digital dig for any trace of the Hollow Square's origins. The community, a loose collective of obsessive researchers, began to cross-reference old maps, modern satellite data. They were looking for discrepancies. The moment the square appeared, an aerial photograph from the 1970s, discovered in a university's online archive, provided a chilling piece of the puzzle. The square itself was not there, but faint, almost invisible lines were. They looked like old planting furrows. They didn't form a typical agricultural grid. The lines converged like spokes on a broken wheel, toward the exact future site of the square. The digital trail was cold, littered with dead ends. One user found a cached snippet of a long-deleted local business website. It mentioned a land survey near Grid Point X7, then a cryptic note: project halted, subsoil instability. There was no date. There was no company name. Only an email address. Messages to the address bounced back, not a standard user unknown error. The error code was unusual. It suggested the server was active, but configured to refuse all incoming mail. Someone kept the lights on, but locked the door. A former satellite imaging technician joined the forum. He analyzed pixel data from nighttime images, showing the glowing cross. He confirmed the images were not artifacts or forgeries. The light was real. Its spectral signature was unusual, not consistent with LED, not consistent with incandescent bulbs. It was a cold light with a very narrow wavelength. His analysis deepened the mystery. This place was not just unrecorded. It was technologically strange. Not just off the map, off the grid in a more fundamental way. The human element remained elusive. Who built it? Who tended it? A scanned business card appeared on a corporate history blog. It belonged to a defunct logistics company dissolved 20 years earlier. On the back, Hollow Square Access Protocol. A phone number followed.
When called, a pre-recorded synthesized voice repeated, "The perimeter is secure."
Then silence. The company had been bought out, assets scattered. Its records were declared destroyed in a warehouse fire a decade ago. The investigation felt like chasing a reflection. Every clue led to another empty room, another deleted file. The hollow square was a masterclass in erasure. It existed physically, but it had no paper trail. A place with a body, but no name. The community of searchers felt a growing sense of unease. They were not just uncovering a secret, they were trespassing on one. The silence from the other side was becoming louder, more intentional. It felt less like an absence and more like a presence. A quiet hand that had meticulously wiped every trace from the public record. An archivist in the group found the most concrete, baffling piece of evidence. A single line in a county planning addendum from the early 90s. The note was buried deep in a list of abandoned public works projects. Next to a plot number matching the hollow square's coordinates, a sentence was scrawled in the margin. Site redesignated for nocturnal observation only. The note was initialed, but the initials matched no known county official from that era. Nocturnal observation of what? The empty land? The silent, roofless structure? Then came the audio file. Surfaced on a peer-to-peer network, untraceable. File name, HSQ Audio Log 1. 30 seconds of low-quality audio, filled with static. Through the noise, a calm, measured voice emerges. Not synthesized, human. The voice spoke 7 words. We have closed the map for tonight. Then a low, resonant hum. Spectral analysis by a user revealed the hum's frequency pattern exactly matched the strange light signature the satellite technician had identified. The pieces formed a picture that made no sense. A place built in secret, wiped from all records, used for nocturnal observation. A place that generated a strange light and an audible hum. Watched over by someone who spoke of closing the map as if it were a door. One user obsessed over the site's coordinates across every mapping platform. For 6 hours one Tuesday morning, the hollow square vanished from satellite view, replaced by a blurry, pixelated patch of generic-looking scrubland. Then, just as mysteriously, it returned. The final image appeared in the forum thread without comment. It was a high-resolution photograph, clearly taken from the ground. Low angle, looking up at a wire fence. Metadata stripped clean. The photo showed something inside the fence, near the edge of the square foundation. A shape in the dirt. At first, random furrows and stones. Then, your mind trying to make sense of it. A pattern that suggested a face, profoundly not human. The mystery of the hollow square was no longer about a place. It was about a purpose. Evidence pointed to an active, ongoing operation. A hidden stage for an unknown audience. The silence, the erasure, the cryptic messages. All part of a system keeping this place off records and registries. A place between the seen and the known, told to be ignored. The search only made the question deeper and more unsettling. We are left with the images on our screens. The dark square, the faint cross of light, the face in the dirt. A quiet hum on a forgotten audio file, a voice that speaks of closing the map. The facts are small, but they are sharp. They point to a truth being deliberately concealed. The digital world gave us a window into a place that isn't supposed to exist. A ghost in the machine of our mapped world. The trail has gone cold once more. The forum is quiet. Searchers looked into the void. The void gave its own reflection. The square is still out there, under the silent watch of satellites, waiting for the sun to go down. The work continues. As you turn off your screen, who builds a place they don't want anyone to find, and what are they afraid we'll see?